Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys had an amazing day. As always, I'm having an awesome day because my team Barcelona just beat Villarreal. Bro, let's get straight into it, bro. At first, I was a little bit scared of Villarreal, obviously, because, you know, they're in third place. And I just had a feeling that maybe they can catch us on the counter. They're not a very, possessive team. Obviously, a lot of in LaLiga play low blocks. So I was a little bit worried that Barcelona maybe weren't going to be able to score, or maybe they just didn't have their finishing boots on today, or maybe Ferran Torres was just missing every single shot like he did. By the way, we're going to talk about Ferran Torres. I'm not sure I like this guy on my team, bro. I'm not going to lie, but whatever, bro. It is what it is. He's what we got to work with. So yeah, but overall, dude, I'm really happy with this performance. We're going to talk about the hat trick, we're going to talk about the midfield, we're going to talk about the defense and the keeper, even though I don't think Joan Garcia had much to do this game, but we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about the future. Yeah, we're going to talk about that Atletico Madrid game that we play on Tuesday. And I think Atletico also played today against Real Oviedo. Okay, so, and that's an away game, so we could expect them to maybe lose. We're gonna be hate watching. We're definitely gonna be hate watching. But yeah. So Barcelona pretty much dominated the entire game. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning of the first 10, 15 minutes, it kind of seemed like Lamine was a little bit out of it. The team kind of seemed like they were trying to ease into the game. They didn't create much chances. They had a little bit here and there, but yeah, Lamine kind of just seemed like a little bit shut down. But then he scores his first goal, and it was a very good goal. You know, obviously they catch the ball in the midfield, or they use their press in the midfield. They get the ball. I forget, Fermin filters it to Lamine. He makes a good run. Lamine traps it with his left foot and finishes it far post with his left foot. Beautiful finish. Honestly, we don't expect Lamine Yamal to score those, really, because he's had one-on-ones with the keeper before with worse angles, but I'm really happy that he was able to score that, because I mean, we've seen him miss a lot before, so happy that he was able to score that. Then the game kind of just stayed in favor of Barcelona. Villarreal had some counters, some close calls, but overall Barcelona were still dominating in possession. The half ended 2-0 due to Lamine Yamal's second goal, which was brilliant, bro. It was genuinely such a good goal. Fermin, I keep saying Ferran, but Fermin again in the midfield passes it to Lamine Yamal. I thought it went out for a second, but no, it was just near the touchline. And then, yeah, Lamine just dribbles it up to the sideline, the side of the goal. I forgot, what the goal line? I forgot what it is. Takes on his player, and then dribbles it in towards the penalty area, the penalty spot, and then curls it far post. The goalie was not going to be able to get that. I think he was too close. And also, it was curving. It was a nice curve. So, it was going away from the keeper. It was a close shot. It was a good shot. So, the keeper was never going to save that. And it was a brilliant goal from Lamine. And from then on, I knew he was going to get a hat trick, bro. I mean, when was the last time you saw Lamine Yamal score 2 in the first half? That just usually doesn't happen. So, I was definitely expecting a hat trick. There came another chance where he was definitely almost really close. I forgot if it was in the first half or the second half, and I forgot exactly what happened, but I know he missed a chance. But then PEDRI comes on. Oh, actually, before that, Villarreal. Oh, I know. It was right as the second half started. There was a huge chance. It was almost guaranteed to go in, and I forgot what happened, but somebody whiffed the shot, or the goalie blocks it, or so. Oh, I think it was Dani Olmo. Koundé takes it up, dribbles it, crosses it. Dani Olmo's almost there. He doesn't get to the ball. The keeper saves it, and then they clear it out. So that was almost certainly going to be a goal, but the goalie actually did well there. So he saves it, he clears it, and then it's a little bit of a scuffle, but Villarreal goes on the counter. They have a corner kick because we kicked the ball out. They cross it in. There's a scuffle in the box, which, by the way, can I just say I'm not really happy with how we defend corners. I know, like, our team is mostly like possession based, attacking based, but I think on corners, like defending corners, like that is like definitely one of our weaknesses. And let's say, for example, we go against a team like Arsenal later in the Champions League, if we even make it that far, dude, they're going to feed off of our lack of defense in the corners. So we need to tighten up that back there, I feel like. But yeah, overall, after they scored that goal, I really didn't see much from them. We still were dominating most of the time. Let's see who. I want to talk about Rafinha after this, but it basically came down to Pedri subbing for Dani Olmo. I don't really think that Dani Olmo had that good of a game, but I think Bernal definitely did. Fermin Lopez definitely did. And Pedri, when he came on, he was very impactful. So those three were my favorite in the midfield. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I think Dani Olmo these last couple of games, like, definitely could be doing more. I still like him, but I think he's he gives us depth, but he's not necessarily going to be a starter, especially if you have Pedri, and Frankie, and then Fermin. I'd rather have Fermin, to be honest, but just because Fermin's output, like goals and assists, it's just he has more output, so I'd prefer him. But yeah, and then it was pretty much 3-1 for like 20 minutes, and then Lewandowski gets a tap in due to, I forget if it was, I think, who passed it to Koundé? Was it Pedri? Somebody passed it to Koundé, or was it off a corner? I forgot exactly how I got. My memory's so fried right now because I went to sleep late, and when I was watching the game, what's it called? I was still like trying to edit videos and stuff, so I guess you could say like I wasn't really paying attention that much, but I was. I was watching it and editing at the same time a little bit, but I just have a busy schedule today because I gotta go help my cousin with. He has a wedding, so I'm gonna get my fit, and also I gotta study, so kind of a packed schedule. But it is what it is, bro. I'm not gonna miss a Barcelona game. You guys already know how it is. So, anyways, let's get back into analyzing the players. I was obviously talking about the Lewandowski tap in. I thought it was offsides initially, but replay happens and he was behind the ball. So the goal stands 4-1. This makes me pretty confident going into the Atletico Madrid game. The question was never going to be if we could score against Atletico Madrid, even though we didn't score against them last time. I still think we're going to be able to score against Atletico Madrid this time, maybe even win. But it's just that goal difference, bro. It's just the mountain we have to climb, and we put ourselves in it. But either way, bro, we gotta try. And hey, maybe you never know, bro. This team pulls something crazy off, and we make it to the final. And if we do, we have to win, bro. We have to win. But yeah, I want to talk about the defense. I feel like I usually don't talk about the defense a lot, but it is kind of hard to with this team because this team is so offensive. But Eric Garcia had a really good game. Obviously played the full 90. Kubarsi, I thought he did well. Kubarsi, sometimes I wish he would like play out the back a little bit more, especially if like he gets a tackle through. A lot of the times he gets a tackle and he just like clears it out, or like he heads the ball out, stuff like that. But you know what? I still think he had a pretty good game. They only conceded one, and I'm pretty it wasn't really his fault, I'll be honest. Rafinha kept the guy on. And I would say it was mostly, who did it fall on in the corner kick? I think Bernal like accidentally passed it to one of the players or something. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't really blame the goal on Eric Kubarsi or Joan Garcia. So Koundé, I actually think he did pretty well today. There he had a couple chances to score, but they just went wide. But he got an assist, so good on him. Balde, I still am not sure about this guy, bro. This guy, it annoys me how much he doesn't use his right foot, bro. Like, come on, you gotta unlock it at some point, you know? Like, you can't just, yeah, bro. Like, what is this? I don't know, man. For that reason only, I would think I'd prefer. Then again, I don't know, bro. I think our left back position is literally up for the taking for whoever wants it. Either either what's his face? Oh my gosh, Cancelo. Either John Cancelo can take it or Balde can take it. It's up for grabs, but it's definitely one of our weaker points on the field. I think our midfield is solid, and I think our attack, other than the striker position, which, my goodness, I said we were going to talk about Ferran. Ferran had such a bad game today. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't think this guy's Barcelona quality, bro. Our striker position is so weak. It's so weak. And if we're an attacking team, if we're a serious attacking team, we need at least somebody that like fits the profile of a striker, because not only is Ferran small, so he can't get the headers of the crosses that Lamine puts in, but this guy Ferran is pretty slow, bro. He's not even that fast, I'll be honest. And his positioning is not always that great. He's definitely improved, but let's be honest, bro. Like, he does lack that like striker instinct a lot of the times. Like in front of goal, I think he gets like too shy or doesn't make the right decisions. But yeah, I'm not too happy about that. But Ferran got subbed in for Lewandowski, and Lewandowski obviously Lewandowski got a goal. By the way, Pedri at a 7.9 rating coming in at the 60th minute is kind of crazy, bro. That is insane. But yeah, Lewandowski got a goal. Didn't really do much. He lost possession a couple of times up front. But overall, I think he played pretty well. I think I'd rather have Lewandowski start than Ferran. But the thing is, I don't think you can have Lewandowski play a full 90 anymore, bro. Like, he's really that old, bro. Like, bro's out there moving like a fossil sometimes. But like Ferran, I think he just lacks the IQ of a striker. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. Hansi Flick did get a yellow card. He was arguing with the ref. Oh, which was another thing. I want to talk about Rafinha. I said that, but Rafinha also got a yellow today. He was arguing with the ref after one of the Villarreal players made a tackle on Lamine Yamal. It did hurt Lamine Yamal, but it was not going to be a yellow. Or like, yeah, I think he got the ball, and I mean, but it did hurt. But Rafinha obviously protested, and he kept insisting on the ref. He kept insisting, and eventually the ref got tired and he gave him a yellow. But he did look a lot more angry than usual, and I'm not sure if I like that, bro. I mean, I want my captain and I want my captains in general to be like composed, you know. But hey, maybe it's just like a weird day. He did seem a lot more frustrated than usual when he didn't get the ball, and but I still think he had an impact on the game. Obviously, when Rafinha, Pedri, and Lamine Yamal are on the pitch, our attack just looks so much better. But yeah, I'm really happy with the squad today. So that's pretty much going to be it from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys made it all the way to the end, please comment your thoughts on the game. Like and subscribe. That's going to be it from me, guys. Take care and peace.